Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and welcome, and thank you for joining us on the late one. Late one spills with yours truly, Silburn Sidiel, on this. What should I say? Beautiful, wonderful Tuesday evening. Yes, it's a Tuesday evening in the UK. Thank you for joining me. Those on Instagram, those will be on Facebook, and those will be on YouTube. I want to thank you so much for um, for joining me. And while I just get myself ready, um, I said that I'm going to come on tonight um, to talk about a few different topics, all in one at the same time. And of course, I like to get the wonderful interaction by persons at the same time. And let me let me just do something while I'm doing this here. Uh, and as you come, I like for you to say who you are, what's your name, what's your number, what's your bank account number, what's your PIN, what's your sort code, and everything. And let's get it on. Um, One of the things that I was thinking about, um, because I saw the Queen gave her throne speech, or throne speech, you know, and it was very interesting listening to it and looking at some of the feedback towards it. And at the same time, you've got what we have Mental Health Week, uh, how people are coping. That is something which is very profound. It is something which is dear to my heart, as I tend to go out every day, actually every day, and do my walk and talk motivational moments. And I'll tell you some of the secrets, or not even the secrets, but some of the key attributes of actually doing that, right? The key attributes of actually just going out there and just walking. And I tell you what, it is something that you should try. But I'll touch base on that a bit later. Karine Davis, how are you? Welcome. And those on Instagram and Facebook. I love to hear your comments and your views as well. That would be great. And I'm going to touch on as well something which I saw in Jamaica. You guys may have, seen this video going around with this massive shootout in Jamaica there, which was really, people are saying that's not normal, you know, uh, in broad daylight, right, in a key area, which normally people would say maybe is a bit safe, Trafalgar Road and Hope Road. Somebody was saying to me, I have no idea where that is, Silburn. Why don't we just say Devon House, near Devon House? And I said, yeah, you're right about that. Yes, actually, it's Devon House. Maybe that's the best place to say it's nearby Devon House. And and I'm going to close later. And hopefully I might get someone might come on and join me talking about more killings of young girls, young women in Jamaica. But one of the things that I sort of use a lot, and I've been saying it, is that is pedophilia, pedophiles normalized in Jamaica? Uh, it is a harsh term, I must say. It's a harsh term to say, is pedophilia, pedophiles normalized in Jamaica? Because when you hear of one of the cases whereby a man who is 62 or 68 killed this lady who is 29, and actually started seeing her when she was 13. Think about it, 29 and 62. There's a massive age difference when she was 13. And then here another case again where another girl got killed. She's 14, got killed or so by a 21-year-old man. Pedophiles to the highest level. I think we've got to call a spade a spade. And I think, because it is one thing to say, hey, hi, how are you doing? How are you doing, Carmen? It is one thing to say, uh, um, you know, they're lovers, or the person killed the person. But I think one needs to start to go into some of the root of this whole thing. Um, I'm not going to say that I have the answer, but I want to say that somehow that we all, I believe, have the answer to some of the situation on the circumstances which is before us. So I love to hear the views, because this is a night where I don't interview anybody. This is time where I chat. The late one spills, as I call it. This is whereby I get my little say, whereby I'm not holding back because I've got guests and I've got to try to, balance it off and making sure that everybody has their own say. So this is whereby I can actually just share my views along with these things. But I think the first thing that I want to talk about is the Queen. And I was watching the procession today, and I was looking at Queen Elizabeth, and I was saying, she's getting a bit old, isn't it? She's getting a bit old. And I think they said she has done 62 throne speech, 62 over a lifetime, 62 throne speech. It's a very strong woman. You could see very clearly that she's a bit frail and she's getting there. But of course, she just lost her husband, and I think this is one of her first engagement. She lost her husband. This is one of her first engagement, and the whole concept of the throne speech, and they do have it in Jamaica at the same time, where the opening of Parliament, where the Governor General goes, it is where it set the stage, because we just came out of the elections. We just came out of the UK elections recently, and that election whereby the Conservative government somehow retained, I wouldn't say it's a whole, because this wasn't a general election. This was really what we'll call it a local government election. Of course, dealing with places in Scotland and Wales, and Northern Ireland never had anything, dealing with mayoral elections. So you got all of these different things which took place. London mayor, of course, Sadiq Khan retained the position. He retained the mayorship of London, so he's getting on with it. Sean Bailey gave him a run for his money. People didn't believe that he was going to reach that level, but he did reach that level, and he did well. I always say give the brother a chance. I always say give somebody a chance in order for them to take an opportunity and for them to try to win, or for them to make a dent. Because one of the things that I found out a lot is that whenever there is a new person for a leadership of anything, whenever there's a new face, and even if this person is around lots of people, even if this person has been in a cabinet, even this person has been a part of a team, even this person has been part of even the same government, once they step up and they start to go and put themselves forward for office or for leadership, all of a sudden you hear all these great ideas which is coming out of them, and all the things that they're planning to do and what they want to say. And I always say to myself, why are they hiding these things? Where is it? Why are they just telling us about it now? And then it dawned on me that it is just like what we say, the anointing of God. So whereby when one is of leadership, I think one is enthused with ideas and visions and dreams or whatever like that. So that's how I put it too. But in just outlining some of the things for the Queen's speech, the Queen outlined the government priorities for the year ahead as she officially reopened Parliament, and to talk about infrastructure and leveling up. Leveling up. What does that mean? Everybody's talking about leveling up, level up. I couldn't play it. I wanted to play level up, but I don't want to play it because of course, I want to get this, what should I call it? Copyright infringement. So I said, level up. So infrastructure and leveling up is, product security, telecommunication. What is this? Are you going to give it to me? Sorry. Yeah. Kayla, I'm on a live. Yeah. My daughter disturbed me. Subsidy control bill will set up post-Brexit regulations. Because we just came out of the Brexit there, and Brexit even didn't give them the time to actually kick in properly. Why? Because the pandemic, COVID, just kicked into play. Oh, I need to add that COVID, the government is actually saying, hey, we can now hug one another. So those who couldn't hug before, now you can get together and hug one another, because after a while, everybody can go outside and you can hug each other. Yeah. So guys, ladies and gentlemen, in the UK, now you can hug one another. So what the Queen sets out some of these guidelines and some of the things that the government, so my government, is planning to do. And she talks about tax break for employers based in 8 free ports. A new UK agent search for groundbreaking scientific discoveries that establish advanced research. Talk about armed forces legacy legislation will deal with legacy issues from the troubles in Northern Ireland. That is in the news now. They're going back trying to find some of the murders which took place. Government support for veterans will be outlined in the Armed Forces Bill. She talks about border securities. A speech referring new legislation to overhaul the UK post-Brexit asylum system, discourage migrants from crossing the English Channel. Of course, that is to do with a lot of migrants keep coming to the UK or Europe or whatever like that, so they're trying to sort it out. A draft online safety bill. This will contain new requirements on tech giants to tackle harmful and illegal content online. That is something which has emanated from how the social media platforms actually deal with some of the ways of bullying, fake news, and all of that. I think it all emanated from the Trump factor where they say, let's try to deal with that. We've got Nick Clegg. Nick Clegg, who is one of the vice presidents of Facebook, who was a former deputy prime minister with David Cameron when they've had the coalition. He's a part of that. A draft victims bill will create new rights for the victims of crime, including new standards and support offered to sexual and domestic violence. Constitutional reform she talks about. And this is the one which is interesting. Dissolution and calling of parliament will get rid of the, let me repeat, a dissolution and calling of parliament bill. This will get rid of the fixed 5-year period between general elections and return the power to call early elections to the prime minister. So what is happening in the UK? And I believe it is something which I believe is a fantastic idea. I believe it is something that Jamaica should do as well. It is whereby every 5 years at a particular time, you have an election. So therefore, it takes away the power from the prime minister to just want to call election whenever, at any time on the wheels of his fancy. It is calling it at this time, 5 years time, so people can actually prepare for the election. Okay, so what it takes away is from the prime minister call an election in 3 years time or 4 years time. Normally it's 5 years time, but try to call it within a reasonable time and not sort of when he believes that it is right now. Now I've got all and everything in my power now, I can do this. So it is taking away some of the power from the prime minister. So the dissolution and calling of parliament bill will get rid of the fixed 5-year period between general election. Now, even though this is the case, and that is what they want to do, there's no guarantee that it's going to happen because it will have to go through parliament. It will have to be debated. But the advantage the government has now is that they've got an 80 majority. So more than likely that they'll win. And it all depends on the House of Lords. A plan to force voters in Great Britain to prove their identity when they vote at general elections and will be reintroduced in an electoral integrity bill. So what they're talking about is for there to be a ID system where they prove their identity when they vote at general election. Normally, all you got to do now is just go inside there and tick your name, blah, blah, blah. There's no photos to see if you're the same person out there. You just tick your name and go there. But of course, if somebody else tried to vote again, they're not going to find that because it ticked already that person has voted. So that is something. But what one of the drawbacks of it, and I believe is also in the States, is that they're saying that what it may do is discourage persons from wanting to vote. But when one look at it, one say, why would it discourage persons from wanting to vote? I mean, everyone should have their ID, isn't it? Everyone should have their ID card. So why is it a discouragement? But anyway, that is one of the drawbacks, and I believe it's also something in the States which they're talking about of a similar nature. Housing, a long-awaited planning bill will introduce changes into the planning system in England. Education as well to touch on. Skill and post-16 education will introduce a new flexible loan system designed to promote wider participation in further education. Environment and animal welfare. The bill was passed through Parliament as being repeated delay. I don't know if you guys heard about this whale which got caught into the River Thames and was trying to get out. It's a baby whale. Well, they had to put down the whale, of course. What else was referenced in the speech? The speech said plans for a constitution and introducing a legal ban on so-called gay conversion therapy in England and Wales. Sets out plans for a consultation on introducing a legal ban on so-called gay conversion. A document occupying the speech said this would ensure action taken to stamp out the practice that does not have unintended consequences, right? And so yeah, so that was just an overview of what the Queen is actually saying. And Prince Charles, of course, walked with her up the aisle because normally her husband would do it, but now Prince Charles is the patriarch of the Queen and the royal family at this time. So yeah, so that is it. I don't know if anybody have anything. I know it's not one of the topics that many people are interested in really, but I think it's always good for us to be aware of these things, because it does have an impact. Because what the Queen sets out is actually setting out what the government plan to implement. And the thing about it is that in this particular case, the government more than likely will get through most of these things. Why? Because they have a majority, or unless within the party of the Conservative, they will have persons who will break ranks. They try not to do, some of it might be a three-line whip where they got to line up and everybody got to vote accordingly, but sometimes maybe a conscience vote as well. So that is interesting, and I believe it is important for persons to sort of have an understanding of this. So I said, let me just come out here tonight and just speak on that. You know, hey, D. Samuels, good night. D. Samuels, is that the same D. Samuels? There's so many D. Samuels there. As well. Now, the other thing that I wanted to touch on, and it is still within the confines of this, is Mental Health Week. Right? How are you coping? Right? This is Mental Health Week. I believe it's Mental Health Awareness Week or Mental Health Month or so. So a lot of people are talking about this subject. The question is, how are you coping with mental health? Any takers? How are you there? You know, on Instagram, how are you coping with mental health? How are you getting on with it? Right? Those on Facebook, Instagram, how are you coping with it? You know, because when I normally hear of the word mental health, and when people hear of the word mental health, I believe they think it is something negative, or it is something that you go cuckoo. You know what I'm saying? When I hear the word mental health, I think mental health is just dealing with the mind, isn't it? I just like to talk about it's me still. It's me. Okay, I figure it's you. So you change your name. You change your name at times, isn't it? People change up themselves from it. Yeah. What let me just read something here, which is very interesting about mental health, and it taps into the whole aspect of the nature, right? And the tips on connecting with nature to improve your mental health. And I find this bit very interesting because anybody who knows me know that I've been out in the morning walking, having a field time, enjoying the birds, and I also have a couple of videos which I'm gonna share. Yeah. And it said there's a lot of good research. They said find nature or tips on connecting with nature to improve your mental health, or tips on nature to improve your nature is all around us. It might be a garden, a local park, a nearby beach, or open countryside, even in cities where nature can be harder to find. Right? There's things coming to gardens or courtyards to discover. Find nature wherever you are. Connect with nature using all of your senses. Taking some quiet time to reflect in natural surroundings using all your senses can be a real boost to your mental health. Whether you're relaxing in the garden or on your way to work, try listening out for bird songs. Listen out for bird songs. Look for bees and butterflies. Now, guys, I can relate to that, right? Listening to bird songs. And let me just let you hear this. And this is something that blows my mind one morning. Nature is, he says, nature is very important to preserve your mental health. The fresh air and animals sometimes bring peace. But let me let you hear this, because one of these mornings I was out there walking, and while I was walking, I heard these birds just doing this awesome harmony to the point that I had to stop and, you know, just listen to them. And here we are. This is bad. I gotta keep quiet. Listen to it. Listen to that. All. Wow, wow, wow. So guys, you're actually hearing those birds which were just singing. I've got another video of three birds actually literally talking, right? They're literally talking, and I film it. I need to cut it because and put that particular bit up there. This is what Karine Davis said. My colleagues and I have wellness sessions each week. During these sessions, we do creative activity games. I also try to keep myself occupied, take daily walks, normal. Good afternoon, Natural Beauty. I want to ask this particular question, though, is when you hear the word mental health, what does it conjures up in your mind? Yep. When you hear the word mental health, and if somebody says, how's your mental health? Is it saying that something is negative, something is going down? Or is it just saying that you're just being healthy, having a good mental health, or you have a bad mental health? It's just like your health. When you go to the doctor and they say you got a clean bill of health, your body's healthy, or your body's not healthy. So when you say mental health and people are mental health awareness, or people say I have mental health issues. Is it saying mental health issues mean to say that it is something bad happening to you? Or can't you say I've got mental health issues whereby I am working towards making sure that my mental health is very strong and I'm on top of my game? What do you say about that? Just want to hear your views, because many a time, sometimes when you hear the word mental health, one actually think that it's crazy. And while you do that, I just play another video, which is something that one can do while out there. You can actually be in the park, and you can talk, and you can dance, which I do sometimes, and just enjoy myself and do my walk and talk motivational moments. Or you can simply do this. And all that is just let me see if I can find it again. That's just me there, just walking, just simply walking and just taking a walk in the park. And I find that really helpful and really healthy, because when I look at some of the whole, different aspect about connecting with nature, using all of your senses, get out into nature. If you can try to spend time visiting natural places, green spaces like parks, garden, forests, or blue spaces like the beach, rivers, and wetland. This can help you to reduce your risk of mental health problems, lift your mood, and help you to feel better about things. If it feels daunting to get outside, try going with a friend or relative, or picking somewhere familiar. You know what I said? If it feels daunting to get outside. One of the things that I say when I'm walking at times is that while it is good, and I think it is very good to walk, even if it is with your friends, but I believe the epitome and the highest level really is when you're in a position that you can walk by yourself, right? When you can walk by yourself, where you can go out there and you can enjoy yourself alone. because when that happens, and I'm speaking of with authority now, after doing this thing over near to going to 15 months, March, April, May, going to, over a year now, doing the walk and talk motivational moments. I find that when you by yourself, you have no choice but to actually confront who you are. You know what I'm saying? You got to confront who you are, because one can go with friends, and which is good if you need the help and the support to get you going and to kick your butt. You know what I mean? I say, come on, go on, you got to go. You go to the gym, and the guy said, come on, you got a trainer, you got a motivator. But I believe the best thing and what to aspire to is to reach to the point where you don't need someone to actually kick you to go, where you can actually go by yourself, motivate yourself, and you can reach to the point whereby you are inspired. Right? You inspire yourself, you motivate yourself, and then what happens? You're also having a level of confrontation. You're having a confrontation with yourself as to who you are, and it's like a mirror reflecting at the same time. So that is something that I would say to definitely try, So that's me. They're just in the park. They're just walking and just enjoying myself there, I don't know if it is coming up. The next thing also in this being is bring nature to you. Sometimes it's hard to access natural places because of where you live, how busy you are, like in the city, how safe you feel or your health. Why not try to bring nature into your home? Having plants in the house is a great way to have something natural to see, touch, and smell. Pots of herbs from the supermarket are a good start. If you have a garden allotment or balcony, I know a gentleman, and he has an allotment where he actually plant lots of stuff. Really get out there, and which is good. Mental health to me is the same as physical health. You have incorporate healthy food in your body. Well, you should impute the right thoughts in your brain, and the brain is powerfully right, as you say. The brain is where things going, because everyone is actually, you see, it's a mind. It's the mind. Everything is going after the mind. The supermarket is going after your mind. Companies are going after your mind. The phone companies are going after your mind. Everything and everyone is going after the mind. They say the mind, the mind, the mind. And everybody's trying to control the mind as much as possible. How can I get that person to think? The media tried to get in front of you, impregnate your mind with thoughts to the point that you say, why am I thinking that? But when you check it out, you're subconscious. And all of that. That's why I say you got to protect your mind. What you put in your system, right? What you impregnate your mind with, you automatically at times will want to sort of fuel it with more things in order to reach that level, right? Natural beauty, you say you do meditation, which is fantastic and which is good. Exercise in nature. If you're physically able to exercise, try to do it outside, whether it's a run, a cycle, or a short walk. Walking or running outdoors in nature may help us to prevent or reduce feelings of anger, tiredness, and sadness. Try leaving the headphones at home, unless you're listening to nature sounds, of course, or unless you're listening to motivational talk by Walk and Talk Motivation by Silburn. You can listen to that, and I can guarantee you that is also very awesome. Yoga is great for your body and brain. Yes, some do yoga. Combine nature with creativity. Try combining creativity with your natural environment. This could involve taking part in creative activities outside, like dance, music, or art. All of these things can help reduce stress and improve your mood. You could increase your sense of connection by taking photos, writing, drawing. So what it is doing, it is giving us all these different ways how one can actually engage with nature around us. And I think that is awesome. And, so, and again, at the same time, I believe that even though, nature might be far away from some of us, we still can actually try to do things. Some guy said to me he's going to get me a skipping rope to say that's the next level, because anybody who actually follows me would know that I actually lost over 15 pounds, over a stone or so since I did this walk. And the health factor is overwhelming. One don't have to, what should I say? go to the gym. But if you go to the gym, that is good. But you can just do like what I just do there. Just walk. Just walk
Morning,
every
morning,
morning.
morning, morning.
Just walk. That's it. Just walk. That's all one got to do. Just walk. And you'll be surprised as you see the rich benefits of walking. And next time I'll have to do a talk on some of the benefits of walking. And protect nature. Taking care of something can be a really great way to feel good. And what better thing to take care of than nature? Nature is truly amazing. Do what you can do to look after nature. In your actions and choices, this can be as simple as recycling, to walking instead of driving, or even join community conservation cleanup groups. Taking care of nature can help you feel that you're doing your part and that you can make feel more positive around. Now, mental health is a major area, and I just wanted just to touch on that because I can speak into that area. I'm not a medical person, and that the only aspect that I have on it is maybe through my work. If there's any cases that has any mental health implication whereby a mother or father may need psychological assessment or psychiatric assessment or so. Um, uh, can you say volunteering is good as well, as somebody said, volunteering is good. So yeah, so guys, all I can say is take care of your mental health. I think I hear some foxes. Can you hear that? Those are foxes outside. foxes foxes are having a feeling. So Simon, what you don't want so simple. You don't want well, 6-pack, I got 8-pack. I got 8-pack, about 8-pack. Yeah, I got 8-pack, man. Not 6-pack, I got 8-pack. I might have to reduce it to 6 eventually. But I used to lift weights many years ago in Jamaica at Holborn Gym. I used to lift weights. But I do. Somebody said to me, I need to lose a bit of the tummy, and which is a fact. And he said, don't worry about it, because as you keep going, everything keep going down eventually. And it's just something like in the middle of a pool, and he used the example in the middle of a pool, that's where the water leaves eventually. So you got to keep going at it. We need to focus on mental health in our children as well. When you say our children, in what aspect are you talking about? Can you break that down a bit, Kareem? In regard to the children, is it how they focus on things, to get bullying? This whole pandemic as well, it has opened up a lot of opportunities and doors for them. Yeah. Walking is good enough for you. You don't need to be cut off. But thank you so much for that. I'm very encouraged by the fact that I don't have to be cut up. Okay, that's good. Well, I want to move on to something else, though, guys. And I don't know why this thing doesn't come up here. Let me see if it can come up. What it says is shootout in Jamaica, like at the OK Corral. The full word don't come up there, but I don't know if you guys have been following Jamaica, land of our birth, and there was something which I saw, which was very interesting. Let me just play it there. It was a shootout, and those on Instagram, of course, you're not gonna see it, and those on Facebook you'll see it, and YouTube you'll see it. But those on Instagram, I'll say hi, you're not gonna see it. But there's actually a shootout between the policemen and gunmen right in the middle of Kingston, Hope Road and Trafalgar Road there. And somebody said to me, I don't exactly know where that is, so just say it is near Devon House. So yes, it's near Devon House. So let's have a look at it. Anyway, I don't have to say anything more than that. But that was interesting. This shootout in Kingston, Jamaica. And the only thing I can just say about this is, someone said to me that why are we seeing so many of these videos going viral from Jamaica? I'm not seeing other videos going viral like from places like Colombia and Brazil. What I pointed out to the person is that actually maybe videos are going from Brazil and Colombia to Brazilians and Colombians in their diaspora. The only reason that we are seeing it is because we are Jamaicans and it is coming to us. And many people are actually saying that the level of crime has gone to a high level. I don't know if you guys will say that or will agree, or is that it is normal and this is how it normally is. So wait, the video man. Well, actually, that's a very interesting thing, you know. That's a very interesting. Someone just said, so wait, the video man bulletproof. I've always complained, and this is my complaint all the while, is that whenever you got these videos which are going around, the persons the persons who are doing the videoing, they need some course, man. They need some training or something like that, because you cannot seem to get them to hold their hands steady. But this guy was really seriously bulletproof. I think that was careless of the police to a full-blown out shot in the middle of the street with pedestrians on the road. The police high command said that it was appropriate or whatever like that under the circumstances. In getting a sort of background to the whole thing, what I understood is that the same persons actually shot someone earlier, and it's through some security eye or whatever like that. I'm going to see if I can find it. That they reached and we got these guys very quickly. There were some rumors saying some lawyer got shot, and Abs Fitzhenley said nothing goes like that, and it goes like this. What is it? The Jamaica Constable Force can confirm that 2 illegal firearms were seized, 2 gunmen were shot and killed, while another has been taken into custody. All right. Another has been taken custody. 3 men are reportedly traveling in a white Toyota Axie motor car that is suspected to have been involved in shooting to death of a man in Swallowfield. Shooting to death. St. Andrew earlier today. The murder of the man was reported to the police emergency communication center, which then used the Jamaica Eye, as they call it, the Jamaica Eye technologists swiftly mobilized members of the Metropolitan Quick Response Team. The motor vehicle was intercepted at the intersection, and while the police sought to apprehend them, the suspects engaged the police team in a firefight. So it seemed like the police was aware of it, and the guy and was maybe following them or reaching out to them, and then they fired shot and the police responded and they just had to move with it. Investigation to this incident was that the early phases and more information will be shared. Yeah, the person videoing did not flinch. Yes, the person videoing did not flinch. But there's something else though which was interesting. I'm gonna see if I can. I don't know if I can. Where is it? But this policeman was actually hiding behind a car. And there's a meme. Is it meme? What do you call it? Meme? Going around saying, what if the person had reversed? Let me see if I can see. So it's going there now. So that policeman there is, wow. The interesting thing out of all of this, that all those cars have passengers, as Michelle is saying. It was like at the OK Corral, all those cars have passengers. And there's that policeman there. There he is, hiding behind that car. what do you do? All those people there. Policeman, taxi guy with his hand outside. That police guy hiding behind that car. It's crazy. Yeah, it's country and western, man. Yeah, people are trying to get out of there, man. I'm looking at it. Yeah, people trying to get out of there as well. Well, is this now the reality? Is this the reality? Hi, Majid. Is this reality of what it is like now? Don't know. But anyway, that is that there. Well, all we can say is that I think we have to be grateful to the police, though, at this time. And I saw an article saying that the diaspora is holding off money for the government of Jamaica, or which they plan to give to Jamaica, until they can show how this or the money is going to work for crime fighting. Why are you so wicked? The police was the police was taking cover, not hiding. No, I'm actually not. I never go at that policeman. It's just the memes going around. People are always saying that this guy is hiding. I would do the same, But at the same time, I think he was in a good position, because by being there behind that car and just praying that the car driver didn't reverse like most of those cars were reversing, is that if the gunmen start to run away and run around him, he can actually get them. So in a way, so in a way, I think he was positioned the best place. So now he wasn't hiding; he was taking cover. He was taking cover. So that's the thing there as well. 1 second, just Chopper Media. How are you doing, sir? Yeah. Oh, so the other thing I want to talk about now, though, on a serious level, I want to move away from that. I don't know if anybody have any other views in regards to the shootout there. That is Jamaica. We just have to be safe. I don't want to say it is Jamaica as always going to be all the while. We don't want it to be like that all the while. But at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, knowing myself from growing up, there's always shootout and there's always gunman and things like that. People say it's a part of the pandemic, through the poverty, but it's still gunmen there. People say at one point it's part of the music as well, and they're hitting out against that, whether it's music or not. But the reality is that bad money. Now, I want to move swiftly on. Beatrice High. I don't know why this thing is not showing up, but we're still having this issue about the killing of young girls in Jamaica, killing of young women in Jamaica. All right. Just 1 second. 1 second. One second. Another girl was killed. Yes, there was a 29-year-old woman. The police is showing a high level of improvement. I must say that. Chopper Media, and I'm sure people agree with me. The police are showing a high level of improvement. I mean, it shows that they are the dons. They weren't the Donovan. They were the Don. They were the Dons at that time there, right? But there is a 29-year-old woman who was killed by her either 62 or 70-year-old, what should I say, partner, or sugar daddy or whatever like that. 29-year-old woman. And this 29-year-old woman, I believe they said, was seeing this man from she was 13 years of age, 13, right? What do you call that, right? 13. Then there's another case again, which, oh, that lady got killed. Another one, a 14-year-old girl is killed by a 21-year-old man. 14-year-old girl. What do we call that? I don't know if somebody can say the word. More boys and men are killing Jamaica than more boys and men are killing Jamaica than girls and females. I don't understand what you're saying there, Chopper Media. More boys and girls are killing Jamaica than girls and females. Is it saying that we should stop the focus on the killing of the women and just focus on the men? Or are you trying to say it needs to be balanced off? I'm not too sure what you're actually saying there. I think what I'm actually talking about right here now is about atrocities against women. And I do not know exactly the figures in regards to men and who are the men who are being killed. Are they the gunmen, or they are the innocent parties, or so? Are those who are in jail? It is never okay. Someone is asking me a question here, ladies and gentlemen. Is it okay when boys and men are killed? It is never okay when no one is killed. Right? It is never okay as far as I'm concerned. It's no one, it's okay. You know, as Jesus said, you go for the one and leave the 99. So no man. But I think what we call is juxtaposing. Juxtaposing is when we shift from another issue and jump onto another one. What I am talking about here is about the wanton killing of women and the pedophile culture. Pedophilia, right? You're talking about killing of men and women. I'm talking about pedophilia. That's what I'm talking about, right? Pedophilia is the big thing. Pedophiles. Let's move away from the killing bit and look at this and look at the base. Yeah. Person said, no, I'm saying that every time a woman gets killed in Jamaica, we're outraged over nothing when the men are killed. I hear what you're saying, boss, but I'm talking about pedophilia. You are talking about something else. I'm talking about pedophilia. All right. How can it be accepted or deemed to be accepted for girls in school to be with a man who is twice their age? Even though I know that there's a song which was made in Jamaica, and I forget who sang it. I'm in love with a man who is twice my age. And how can the parents somehow allow such, if that's the case? Some people say the parents are pimping out the girls. Don't know. But I do recall growing up in school in Jamaica, whereby bus drivers used to pick up girls. And so there is a fundamental problem. JC Lodge sing the song, I'm in love with a man who is twice my age. And I think these songs are so motivate a particular thinking process. Right? And even if I wouldn't say we're a violent society, because the majority of Jamaicans are not violent. So I'm not going to say we're a violent society. I'm sorry, Chopper Media. I disagree with that. We are not a violent society because the majority of Jamaicans are not violent. But if you can give evidence to say they're violent, you can run with that, right? If the majority of Jamaicans are violent, then we can say it's a violent society. I'm not violent. Many people I know are not violent. People have anger. People have issues. But what we understand is not the majority of persons in Jamaica are lawbreakers or violent or killing persons, from my perspective, unless you can say otherwise. The point I'm actually trying to say here now, I don't want to be dissuaded or persuaded or distracted from it, is this whole aspect of pedophiles. It's this whole aspect of why there's a situation whereby a school, a community, a church, and all of that, through a child's life, one can grow up with a relationship, or in a relationship with a man who is twice your age. 13-year-old girl going to school with a man who's about 40, nearly 3 times her age, 14-year-old girl with 21-year-old man, and all of these sort of things, right? And I think that's one of the big problems. So while there's a bigger problem in regards to crime, and while there's a violent society as some deem it to be, I believe that one can look at the bigger picture. One can say, well, crime and violence, but no one is actually picking off these different areas. In the nature of my work as a child care lawyer, one read about many different things, different cases, child abuse, right? Pedophiles, right? Many persons in Jamaica are pedophiles. It's only when I came to the UK I realized that, and it came to me and said, hang on a second. That's pedophile, man. Those guys were pedophiles, right? Michelle, for this 14-year-old child to be with a tender, there's something wrong at home. And that is just one. For that 13-year-old girl, the one who got killed the other day, no, the 29-year-old woman we killed, she was involved with this man at 13. It's a problem. Problem is the home, the school, the church, the community. Everybody plays a fundamental part in that. Failing the children. We're failing the boys. We're failing the girls. That's how I see it. All right. So every time I look at this, I look back. Even these people keep missing. Even these children keep missing all the while. I keep asking the question, where were they? What is happening there? And there's a hush there. People say, oh, it's great that they are back. What is happening? Where have they been? Who is that man? Right? So therefore, one has got to get deep down. And this is not something is going to be dealt with all of a sudden today. Right? Somebody said earlier on another platform, which I have on Facilities of Better Jamaica, is why don't the men who love little girls buy them woman uniform, schoolgirl uniform? And I added further, what they maybe should do as well is to don't buy them high heels, buy them flat shoes, so they were always looking a bit short, if anything. Jamaica 1956, you're correct. There is a predator. They're predators, or predator, whatever like that, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Predators. They're preying on little children, not just girls only, but on boys. 5 men buggered a 13-year-old girl. 5 men. Is it 13? Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. 5 men buggered a 13-year-old girl. What is going on? Right? Now, one can say the women put that upon themselves or whatever like that. But why? But men, I believe, should be the protector of a society. Men should be the leaders within a society. It's maybe hypothetically speaking. Maybe I'm saying what should be, but that's not the reality, Silver. But as far as I'm concerned, men should be the protector of the society. Right? Years ago, a girl going home from school, she can feel protected as she's walking home, that the community will look out after her. Not that the community will be preying upon her. Right? Look out after her. Take care of her. Build her. Right? So, as I'll close, as Michelle said, that's the culture of Jamaica. A lot of pedophiles. A lot of pedophiles. We don't want to say it, but I'm saying it. We have a lot of pedophiles. And that's a problem. And the sex offenders register should be really be packed with lots of names. Whether they want to keep it quiet, silent or not. I'm going to get Betty and Blaine, and we're going to talk about this some more. As I said, yes, whether it's a violent society or not, that's something else. Whether it is that men are not getting the level of outrage when they're killed, yes. But we've got to deal with each one of them one by one, isolate them, and look at it. What I'm talking about today is pedophiles. in the UK here, you got a group called Paedophile Catchers, where they lure men who prey on little girls, and they capture them, and they hold them until the police come. Right? And I'd be surprised when they put them on camera. All right? Of course, Jamaica is not at that level there, because everybody seems to be in it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's me for today. I just wanted to do this is what we call it, simply talk, just chat and just have a conversation and just hear what people say. Okay? So, I want to say good night, and look out for Thursday night with my team, where we look at the in-review. We look at some of the top topics. I'm going to have Siobhan Aarons, Anthony Francis, and Dr. Burton, where we look at some of the top news. In a few weeks from now, I'm going to have Marlon S. Hitman, The Lies I Tell. It's going to be coming on the show. And also, I'll be having Miss McIntosh. All right. Nicole McIntosh. Nicole McIntosh has a big position she's going to be coming on. There we are. The dynamism. This is a Jamaican lady as well. And then you have also, let me see. There we go. Bingo. Lies I Tell. So various person talking about their different issues. For let me see. And I'll just say something about Nicole McIntosh. She's a Jamaican. She has a top job here in the UK. And planning to get her on the show on the 28th of May. That is when she's going to come on. Nicole McIntosh is FRSA, is a senior nurse with extensive experience in a range of acute healthcare, NHS settings, and in clinical quality. Originally from Westmoreland in Jamaica, her consultancy business Maroon Mindset Limited support individuals in term, and she's actually a regional coordinator or so for the NHS. That's Nicole McIntosh, so look out for that one. And also next week Sunday, not this Sunday, on the 23rd, I will have The Lies I Tell by Marlene S. Hickman. She's a former student of Westwood High School. Interesting show, so tune in for that. All of that coming up very soon. And so all the best. Have a good night. But before I go, remember to like and subscribe and share this video. And also remember as well to tune into Talk and Sip on Saturday as well. And take tune in and listen to my walk in the morning. I didn't walk this morning because I had an early meeting, but nevertheless, still, I will keep walking every day. When I don't walk, I just walk the next day. Simple as that. If I don't walk one day, I just walk the next day and just keep it moving. Coming back, sometimes because of poverty, the parents allow their daughters to be with these older men. And I hear that a lot. And yes, I hear that a lot. But I'm sure we don't tolerate it, do this. I'm sure we don't tolerate it anymore. For this footage, there's something wrong. Find a lot of fathers as well that you can't trust either. There you are as well. That's very sad, isn't it? Okay. All right. Well, what I'll say, have a good night. I will just play out one video before I go. And you guys, I wish you all the best. Have a good night. God bless you. And peace be with you. Okay? Bye-bye. Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Hope you're well. I want to say a good morning to you. This is a great day. It's a beautiful day. And I hope you see it that way. But I want to say this quick word to you. Once you tap into something which is working, perfect it. Perfect it, perfect it, perfect it. Be consistent, be persistent, and go into boost mode. Okay? Where you accelerate and you never stop with the process of life. This is a great day. Every day is a great day. And as I said to someone, I'm being blessed every morning.
you know, making new every morning. But I say to you, you're being new every moment. Every moment you're being new. When I say to myself, I'm new every morning, but I make it better for you. You're being made new every morning. Have a great day. Fantastic Friday. God bless you. Peace out.